Okay, so I have this, right? I bought it forever ago, but I haven't touched it because I knew I wanted to make a video about it, and I just never did. So that is finally what we will be doing today. Let's get to it. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So a while ago, I was out and about getting some art supplies, stocking up, and I came across a Van Gogh watercolor palette. And I knew that they existed, but I never really heard anything about the product itself. I don't know if they're considered good or bad. Today I'm gonna give you my input. Fun fact about this, I actually already took this off so I can take a peek inside, but I put it on for the video to make it look all nice. It comes in a bunch of different types of palettes, I guess, like different themes or whatever. I don't know if they come in different sizes, but this one has 12, and the only ones that I saw to where I went, there was only 12 sets of 12? Sets of 12, not 12 sets. But I got the muted colors. There's also like vibrant colors, warm palettes, landscaping palettes, but I got the muted colors because I figured those would be nice. I don't see a whole lot about the actual product itself. I just see muted colors, and that's about it. But it's fine. Ta-da! First off, I don't know why they always come with white. White is one of the most useless watercolors in a palette, but I'll accept it, I guess, for now. It also came with this size 6 brush, and it has like this like dip on the end. If anyone knows what these actually are for, please let me know. Like, do these serve a purpose, or is it just to look fancy? I don't know, but I'm finally gonna swatch them. This is exciting. Feel free to grab a warm drink or a cold to drink. I don't discriminate. Of course, my choice of drink is coffee. Let's do some swatching. This is, for anyone wondering, the watercolor paper. Squirt, 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 squirt. I heard if you let your watercolors soak before you actually use them, it's supposed to help make the colors like more vibrant and everything. While we're waiting for that, I guess I'll go over my game plan. For starters, I doodled some quick ideas. It's very clearly nothing fancy, but just to get an idea of what I wanted to draw. I decided to draw my character Cass. He deserves more love, and it's completely my fault that he doesn't get that love because I neglect him. I'm also going to sketch with Colorase pencils, and I'm also going to use a liner on top of that, which I don't normally do. Whenever I use Colorase pencils for sketching, I always sketch with a pencil and then I'll just skip the line art phase and put the color on top, and then in the end I'll put touches of line art wherever I think it's needed. But I'm very curious to see how they interact with these, but then also at the same time I wanted to see how it looks when you line a work of art and then paint on top of it. I want to see if there's like any chalkiness over the line art, so that's what I'm doing. This part is actually, you're able to take it out, so you could use these as like a palette, or you could take this out and use that as like one big mixing space. I guess I'll start by this. I know how swatching works. Then we can move over to this and blend it out. I also have other paintbrushes on standby. I think for the most part, I'm gonna try and use this one just to stay on brand, I guess. There are like 3 different orangey yellow colors, which I shouldn't be surprised because it's a Van Gogh palette. He uses those colors a lot, or used them. He doesn't use them anymore. Haha! Dead people jokes. Personally, I don't really use yellows a whole lot, but I don't know, maybe they'll come in handy for mixing in with other colors. Should I swatch the white? Kind of like an off-white, so maybe it'll have a purpose, actually. It's like very subtly not white, which is much better than a white. I still would have preferred a different color, but it's fine, I guess. I don't know what this color is, but it is here. Is it like a burnt umber? Oh no! Oh no! It fell off! How do I get it out? I don't want to dump out this whole thing. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta go dump this. It's the only way. I don't know if that was my fault or not. It could have just like come loose when I was, cleaning the brush. Or it just doesn't hold together very well. Oh, also, by the way, I forgot to mention, this isn't sponsored. This is myself. I bought this with money. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. Look what happened. So sad. But he is one little cactus limb short. This one, I just realized I didn't blend this red out very well at the end here. Is it too late to do that? I think so. Well, at least we know how it lifts. It's not very well, which has its pros and cons. Okay, so there's the swatches. Overall, I'm satisfied. The first thing I will say, I notice a large lack of purple. Purple isn't a color I use super often, but I mean, if you use purple a lot, maybe get a different palette. Then I actually know which one of these I should use. With watercolor paper, you typically want to avoid erasing a lot because there is that texture to watercolor paper, and when you erase, it starts to like mess with that texture a little bit. Also, I mean, while they're here, wow, okay. Those seem to be working out just fine. I guess I'll set that aside and see how they look after they've sat for a while. Do I want to trim the paper a little bit? Maybe just take a little off the top. Isn't a little off the top what people say when they get a haircut? Let's trim it to like here. Because fuck measuring, am I right? It's like almost a square now. I don't think that's the size I wanted. Damn it! Okay, let's try this again. Alright, this is why you should measure. Just in case anyone was wondering. If we could bounce back here for a second. I can sketch out stuff. I could flesh out my idea a little bit more. Basically, I wanted to draw Cass. Oh. Probably should have drawn this in a different spot. My plan was I wanted to draw Cass sort of like leaning on a doorway and also wearing a suit. I've been playing a lot of Ace Attorney, so I just want to draw a suit. I think I want him to be a little more hunched over. Something like this, maybe? Maybe I'll draw the door behind him. I love thumbnail drawings because I look at this and I'm like, yep, seems good to me, and people are looking at that probably thinking like, well, what the fuck? That's like 5 scribbles. Without further ado. Okay. How do I start a drawing? I don't know why I'm like forgetting how to draw. Let's draw this. This will be like the door frame, right? And then maybe I can have the actual top part of the door frame be like almost right where this is. I don't know if that would be an awkward composition. Ow, my elbow. I mean, that's my knee. What the? I'm such a fucking dumbass. Maybe I should look up references of people leaning on a door frame. Maybe that would be helpful. I got a picture of a cat. It's not very helpful to me right now. Okay, this is very unhelpful. I tried. An effort was made. Guessing it is. Can't tell if I like how this is going. I mean, I guess I could. I think I'll do the second like phase of sketching and then I'll make my decision. Because if I am gonna restart it, I would rather make that decision early on rather than when I'm putting down the watercolor. Yeah, this isn't really going that well. Take 2. No, it's 2 to the side. Can I art today? I wonder if like the downward angle of the face is throwing me off. I did picture him like tilting his head down a bit, but I wonder if me doing that is making me not draw good. Oh, wait. Look what I got! His elbow would be pretty there. He'd have an elbow pretty hard. I'm not liking this either. Well, I guess you know what that means. Let's just... Wait, hold on, wait, hold on, wait, hold on, wait, hold on, where did it go, even? Oh, I found it! I was gonna find this! We'll sketch some thumbnails on the back. I want to keep the the same general game plan. Okay, I think the upward angle might be better for me today. It's just one of those art days, you know. Oh, what if he's leaning out of the doorway like this way instead of putting his hand like on the top? I just don't know what to do with his head. He'll tilt his head this way, so maybe he's like fixing his hair or something. What if his hand's just kind of hanging up here? Like if he's resting it here, he's just kind of, he's just vibing. He's one tired man vibing. Okay, I think that's the best thing. Alright, what I think I'm gonna do, I think thinking about dimensions is messing me up a little bit right now, so I'm just gonna draw and then trim the paper to whatever size I need. I think his head needs to be fairly centered. I haven't had the chance to sit down and really play around with how I want his face shape to be, because I think I've definitely gotten better at drawing different face shapes. I'm starting to figure out a way to actually handle same face syndrome. Well, that's really with my newer characters, and I want to go back to some of my older characters to figure out how to make them look different from one another. I did that with Sawyer not too long ago, so maybe I could, maybe today's Cass's day. Maybe I'll think about that. But considering how well my drawing is going today, I don't know if I'll actually make any progress. I think I need to change the angle of his body. It seems too much like he's standing straight rather than leaning. Maybe I could find a reference for taking a tie off, like pulling it out. pulling it out, pulling it off. No, I don't want to shop for neckties. Okay, Pinterest, you are extremely useless today. I wonder if I should make him seem a little bit more, I'm trying to find a nicer way to say sexually suggestive, but nothing is coming to mind. I was gonna say I'm not quite sure why drawing is kicking me in the butt today, and then I remember I took 2 weeks off of YouTube, so I'm still getting back into the swing of things. It doesn't help that I'm drawing a character that I like never draw. Wow, how come I never draw a cast? Look at this man. Look at him. I need to figure out how to make this hand look naturally, just up there. I'm not super thrilled with the angle of it. I think it needs to be turned slightly. Problem solved. This is a video about these watercolors. It's not about drawing good. Now you can see what I'm doing. We love a professional. Should I scooch the plants in? I'll scooch 2 plants in for you. Look, I drew an ear. You guys happy? Sometimes people get on my case because I just draw really fluffy hair instead of drawing ears. Listen, I really like drawing hair, so sometimes the ears just gotta go. The sacrifice there must be made. I think his mouth is a little too high. Don't mind me shoving my face in here again. Cass without his facial hair is such a cursed image. Look at this scruffy man. I love him. Apparently I don't love him enough to draw him consistently, but I love him. I don't normally define the teeth in my drawings unless it's like a super close-up of the face, but right now this is just looking like a bottom lip, even though I have this little shading defined here. The tiniest gap in the front of his teeth. He doesn't have a gap in his teeth, but for now he will. Shading the armpit area, the most attractive part of the body. Hell yeah. Boy. Is it just weird, do you sometimes draw better when your face is almost directly on the paper? I didn't sketch in a vest, but I kind of want him to have a vest on. I think, oh god, I almost tipped over my coffee, almost dropped that. Everything's a mess. It's acceptable. Be a little bit darker where his arm is. At the door hinges. And then door. So now it's line art time? Gotta let my camera charge first, but here's where we're at so far. When I get back, we will do line art. See you in a bit. Place your bets. Do you think it's the same day? If you do, you must be new here. Honestly, I don't even know if I'll finish this today. We're definitely gonna try. I wanted to lighten this up. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Zoom in. I never know when to zoom in or to leave it at a different angle. The zoomed out angle. I also decided to go with this like darker sepia one, and I felt that that would suit this drawing. I always find inking on watercolor paper a bit strange. For line art, I typically like smoother paper. And I know that there is watercolor paper that's smoother, but for the actual watercolor itself, I prefer the texture. It's a bit of a pickle. I guess that's probably why most of my watercolor stuff is in my sketchbook, where I'm just confined to whatever paper the sketchbook has. Should I scooch the plants in frame again? This is why we don't do that. His facial hair ended up being a lot thicker here than it normally is. Oh no, I messed up. Let's just color it all in. No one will notice. I messed up again here. Good lord. It's okay if I don't point out where I mess up. People won't know, right? That's something that I've noticed a lot growing up. Like, of course, I'm making this drawing right now, right? You're not making it. But I'm the one who's sitting here staring at it. So I notice all the mistakes that could go into a drawing, but then someone who's just looking at it probably wouldn't notice it because they didn't spend all of those hours making it. And even now, like, you guys are seeing it, but it's a very edited down version. Like right now, like I already filmed for like 2 hours yesterday and I'm not even done with the line art. So if an artist ever complains that they don't like their work or they don't like how something turned out, it's because they can notice all of the faults in it more than the viewer probably could. And I've had that experience where I'll say I don't really like a drawing and people will be like, what are you talking about? It's great. But like, I would just be listing off all the reasons why it sucked in my head. I could probably get a thicker liner. Am I going to? Probably no. No. I was gonna say probably no, but that didn't make any sense. Damn you, lack of speech skills. Do you guys remember speech class in like elementary school or like kindergarten or whatever? And not everyone went, but I had to go because I pronounced my S's weird. Shout out to all the kids who went to speech class. I also used to stutter quite a lot. Now I'm just generally bad at speaking and fumble over my words, but I would stutter a lot. Now if I have a hard time saying a sentence, I just redirect my sentence, I guess you could say. But that's probably a part of my origins of how I'm not good with words. So there you go. I don't think I've ever shared that on the internet, so there's some fun facts about me. When I posted this to my Instagram story, I feel like when I was looking at it, I felt like this arm looked a little awkward. I thought it was a little thin, so I'll try and fix that. In the line art phase, of course, not by sketching it out, because we love the possibility of clearly I need to go back to speech class. Okay, I think I'll keep this line here. Let me bring it out subtly, I guess. And I mean, it's not the biggest of deals. No one comment about it. No one commented on it when I shared it, so I guess it's not super noticeable, but add some seams to this because I have an addiction to drawing seams in clothing. Honestly, I'm not super thrilled with this hand either, but I do want to work on hands in a future video. I don't know, I feel like I'm good at drawing hands from very specific angles, and then after that I kind of just make things up. Which is funny, because I feel like I get comments fairly regularly of people saying they like how I draw my hands, and I'm like, really? Because I kind of just make it up as I go along. I know nothing about hands, really. It doesn't really make sense. This collar's like kind of peeking out over the jacket here, but we can ignore that. No one will notice. Don't tell anyone. I like how it doesn't matter what kind of art you make. We as artists all simultaneously hold our breaths when making long lines like that. Line art is scary. See, I started talking at the beginning of this line and I messed up a little bit, and then I stopped talking and hold my breath, and then it was fine. See, there's a method to it. I don't know what to do about this empty space over here. We'll cross that bridge when you get to it. It's a bridge we should have crossed a while ago, but fuck it. This cat. I literally opened my door for her to come in. I keep my door closed while I'm filming. She didn't want to come in, but now she's crying like she wants to get in. Why is she like this? I didn't actually make spaces for the buttons to go through, but there we go. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna wear a suit, the most important aspect of it is that you can put it on. For the door, I'm debating if I want to use a ruler or not. It really just comes down to laziness. If I hold my breath hard enough, it should be fine, right? That's how art works. I think we've established that. Let's start with these. That went okay, right? Cool. Poggers, as the kids are saying. Actually, for those ones, I think I'm gonna hop over to this 05 liner. Ugh, got scared there for a second. I think I should draw the door hinges before I draw in the rest of the door frame. That's how doors are, right? I don't know what the correct angle for those door hinges would be. Door hinges, am I right? But still haven't figured out what to do with this area. I might just throw some watercolor on it and call it a day. Okay. So let's see. First I should figure out how to make Cass's skin color. We'll start here. We add some yellowish and some of this peach. I don't know. I don't know how to mix colors. I kind of just make it up as I go along. How's this? Honestly, not that bad. Fairly close, and I'll probably just darken it as I layer and shade. I'm just coloring all the skin color and hair right now, because that's gonna be the one constant thing throughout all of them. Next up is his hair. Should be easy enough to make. Wow, I love art. Look at the talented artist that I am. My first instinct yesterday was to make the suit this color. I can make the tie this color. It's very Phoenix Wright-esque. I mean, I did say that's why I wanted to make suits, so I think the red suit is a bit more flashy than Cass would normally go for. I guess the tie would be red, but that's a lot of red. Could just go for a classic black suit. But because of his hair, I'm not sure if I super want to go for that. Yeah, I don't like that. I guess I'll do some thumbnailing here. What about this light blue? And then I could use this darker one for a tie. I'm not sure if I like how they look together. I don't know if I darken it up a lot like that. Ooh, I got an idea. Like, what if I make his shirt black? And then I can make the waistcoat vest thing gray. I can make the tie red. I think having the black and gray around it might help break up all of the red a little bit better than the white could. Okay, let's go with it. Let me start with the skin, since those colors are already mixed. Honestly, I think I could just color in the whole thing. This is a pretty light tone. This will probably be what the highlight color is. I also think it's a little orangey from what I remember. Cass's skin tone's a little bit more on the pink side. I think so far, my number one complaint about the palette is the variety of colors. Like, I do like all of the colors that are in the set, but I'm not super great at mixing colors all the time, so this is a chance to make me learn, but I don't want to learn, god damn it, I want to be lazy. Oh, it happened again. Let's see where this color's taking us. I should swatch things before just slapping them on the paper all willy-nilly. One problem that's just occurring to me. I use purple a lot in the shading of my drawings, but there isn't really a purple. I guess I'll add this blue, and that will be a start. How's this? Is this too muddy? I mean, so that's more desaturated than I would normally go for a shading color. I guess I'll put that here, and then I could always change it a bit later, I guess. Okay, this watercolor brush is falling apart a lot. So I started painting with the light source, coming as if it was over here, but I realized when I was lining it, I outlined this part, implying I was going to shade that in, so kind of messed that. Maybe I'll just color both of them in. I don't normally do that. Normally with noses, I'll always make one side of the nose shaded in and the other side I'll add highlights to, but fuck it. The theme of this video. Fuck it. Whoa. It's fine. I started with the skin because I already had those colors mixed, but I'm realizing that like pretty much everything touches the skin. I have to wait for the skin to dry before I can do anything else, otherwise the colors are gonna bleed through each other. I feel like normally I'm much better at planning things out when it comes to watercolors. So what's the solution I have? Why I keep painting on the skin, so it takes longer to dry, of course. I think I am noticing some slight dropping of the paintbrush. I think I am noticing some slight chalkiness right here, where I went over the line art a couple of times. It's not too bad. It could also just be a different mistake that I made, but I am noticing that's starting to happen. Need a little bit more contrast in the darkest shades. This is why I like purple for the darkest shades. I feel like it brings a nice contrast to everything. How does this look? It's a little bit more bluey than I anticipated. What if I added this like mustardy color? I think that helped a bit. Actually gonna switch over to this guy, the teeny tiny brush. It's definitely more on the cooler side I typically go for in my shading. But it works, it's fine. I'm gonna let this dry and then I will be back to paint the rest of it. And hopefully I'll do better planning so I can actually finish it in a sitting. So, I will not confirm or deny whether or not it's the same day. I'm going to finish this today. I know it'll get done. I was waiting for the skin to dry and then I just never went back to it. And my camera's starting to die, so we'll see how much of this I can actually get through. I think I should start with the hair and the vest. I'm still debating whether or not to make the shirt black or if I should make it white, because his hair is black and it's also blending in there. I'll just slap this all over the hair. I am kind of digging this paintbrush. I would love to see if they have more in different sizes, because I would love to get both like a bigger one and a smaller one. I think just adding this one for the most part should be okay for his hair, because his hair is pretty dark. It's a little bit more brown though. Maybe I should add some blue. I think that might help. Still not perfect, but I'll accept it for the time being. I don't really know how to paint beards. Oh, it happened again. Can you see it in there? Hang on. Surely this won't happen a third time, right? The next time I use these, I think I'm gonna probably line after, or just forego lining altogether. That's the jacket. Let's not color in the jacket. The jacket's a completely different color. Remember what I said about coloring the jacket? That lasted a whole 5 seconds. I need to study weirds. Like actually use a reference for one in a finished illustration. The closest I've gotten to that was when I did the 100 heads challenge. I've never actually like sat down and tried to figure out how to make a beard look like a beard. Add some color to his eyes. We love a man with pupils. For this part, right? I was thinking of just coloring it with that like dark blue color and maybe make like a gradient and then the darker part is here. So I guess I'll just throw some paint there and we'll figure out if that's a good idea. Of course, I'm probably gonna layer on top of it and change the color bit by bit. Oh, wrong color. Blend that out. Add some more of this blue. I think I'm gonna bounce back to the vest for a bit. Definitely be some shading here. I could blend it out right here. See if I could finish up this hair. It looks dry enough. I think after this should be enough for the hair, but I don't have anything to say. Just butt. Ass, am I right? Okay, my camera light is blinking red, so we know what that means. It's like 2 days later, and I didn't even think to charge my camera like a dumbass. World's #1 certified dumbass right here, but I'll let that charge and be back hopefully later today, but I'm not gonna make any promises at this point. So, I mean, at this point, should I just stop mentioning what day it is? I'm gonna finish this today, I swear to God. I will finish this today. Bet on it. I totally didn't say those the day before. Fuck! Although I do think I have the same coffee mug from when I was filming the first day, so if it is, then things have come full circle, and if it isn't, just forget I said anything. I don't know why, but I feel like I tend to make the eyebrows on people a little bit darker than the rest of their hair. Let's try and add this bluey purple to every part of every shade. For now, possibly for the rest of this painting, I should call that a hair. Just a single hair. Not a head of hair. Also, do you like how I don't tape the paper down and how I paint right up to the edges? Is it driving you crazy? Are you stressed? I don't know why, to be honest. I just straight up have never done that. Let's add in some of this. How's that color? It's a little orangey. I don't know how red versus how orange I want it to be. I definitely want it to be more red than this one. This one seems very like, whoops, very like purpley pink. I really like that. Let's go with that. Blend this part out. I'm running out of paint. I did not mix nearly enough of this. I know when you paint, you're typically supposed to mix more than you'll probably use, so then you have enough. But I never do that because I'm worried about wasting paint, and now look at me. I am a fool. If I add some water to this, just use this to go over some of the highlight areas, and then I can hardcore lift that paint right there and make it look ugly as hell. I can't tell if the red suit suits him. That's the beauty of art. Who gives a shit? Start to add some depth, maybe, if I can. I mean, I kind of fucked this arm up, but no one has to know. You won't tell anyone, right? Totally forgot to color in. What's it called? A lapel? I know my suit anatomy.
Lapel.
I know my suit anatomy. Oh, I forgot about his pants. I mean, he is wearing pants, so should probably color them in. Yeah, I think I definitely gotta make the shirt black. It only seems right at this point. I think that's all I can do at the moment until this dries, so I'll wait for that to happen. I swear to God, I'll be back the same day. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I'm kidding. It is not the next day, for once. Let's continue with this. Oh God! Disaster of a painting. Oh fuck, that was way too much. Normally, when I'm filming, particularly when I'm filming, but I guess just drawing in general, I try and make the drawing, I put as much effort into it as I can to make it the highest quality drawing I could make it at that moment. But now, I just want to finish this. At this point, that is the end goal. The tie isn't as vibrant as the rest of the suit. I don't know what happened there, really. I wonder if I should make like a light yellow color to put in the highlights of here. I'll add some of this one. Yeah, I think this is a little bit more interesting to look at than the how it was before way. Oh fuck, it's blue. I'm a fool! Watercolors once taught me patience. I once knew that, now I forgot. This painting got really messy. It's okay, the goal is to just finish it at this point. Oh God. I'm a fool. Right after I add this, I think I need to wait for it to dry again. Which we all know is it's a very risky thing to do for me because that means I might not come back for 24 hours. But I do try my best, man. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to get this done in this last sitting. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try. That being said, the next logical step would be the doorway. But much like a lot of this, I didn't plan for what I wanted to do. I'll just... and then something will happen. I think that's how art works, right? You just do stuff and then something happens. The most wisdomful words if I have ever heard any. I wonder why people tape their drawings down when they paint. I wonder why! What could possibly be the reason? If this wasn't at least mildly chaotic, would it really be one of my videos? It's a disgusting color. I realized I forgot to color in this part of the vest. I think the shirt I want to be a little bit more on the cool side because his hair and skin are fairly warm, which I think means I'm pretty much just going to use various tones of this black. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick, bruh. Sir, are you the leaf blower man or the lawnmower, man. Either way, I don't appreciate it. Said I wanted to do this in this sitting. Why is my life like this? Am I just not meant to finish this painting? The world is conspiring against me. Give me a minute while I go cry. Can I please, for the love of God, finish this drawing for fuck's sake? I also got LaCroix. I don't know why I insist on drinking it. It literally tastes like carbonated dishwater. You know, very clearly, I have given up. So I'm wondering, at what point should I call it quits? I think the only thing really left for me to do is the shirt and then maybe the tie. Cause like, fuck man. I don't know if anyone's been keeping track of how many days it's been since I started working on this. I haven't been keeping track, but I can tell you it's too many days. I want to move on. I want to do something other than paint this fucking thing. Please. Is this my best work? No. But attractive man with long hair and beard and suit. So I'd say in the end it was a success. I guess while I add some white highlights, I'll talk about the paints a little bit more and my thoughts, I guess. I don't know if they sell various size palettes. I'll look the answer up after filming and put it on screen now. I changed my mind. I figured recording audio would be easier than putting it on the screen. The largest pack I found was a 48 pack, which is a whopping $111.72 on DickBlick. So that's a lot. That was really the only place I could find online that sold a set that big, so I don't know where else you would get it, but that's quite a hefty price. When I went shopping, they only had 12 packs available, which is fine, but I just found myself kind of limited because even in the 12 pack, like I said, there's like 3 different yellows, but then there isn't a purple. It was a little rough because I do use purple. I don't use purple a whole lot on its own, but I do use purple a lot to mix in with other colors, specifically for shading, and it was hard for me to mix like a right shade of purple, a good shade of purple for me to add to the rest of my colors. I've been kind of tossing my swatches like on here like throughout. When it comes to just like more simple washes like this, I do think they're really nice, and in terms of like blending out the edges and everything and getting those like, I guess, watercolor effects, like you know how here there's like that harsh edge at the end and then here it like feathers out. I did find that with these paints, it was a little easier for me to do that. But then also on the flip side, like I said, it's a little chalky over the line art, which personally I don't super like because I do tend to line things before I paint. But if you're someone who paints and then does line art, then it wouldn't be too big of an issue for you, I guess. When I paid for these, I don't remember exactly how much they were. I think it was $40, but again, I'll look up the answer. Earlier in the video, I mentioned wanting to buy individual brushes, and the only place I was able to find the individual brushes for sale was on this UK website, so I guess it's safe to say it's not super easy to find the brushes. And then in terms of the palette that I bought, the 12 pack was $40. I bought mine at Joann's Fabric. The prices are more or less depending on where you go, but they're roughly $40 for the 12 pack. In a little bit, I mentioned the Koi watercolors, which are my favorite watercolors, and I got a 24 set for roughly $43. So for roughly the same price, you get more paints and, in my opinion, better quality. My overall thoughts are that I like the Van Gogh, but they're a little pricey. Like, I would say that they're more worth it if they were less pricey, to be honest. So there you go, back to past Oliver. The watercolors that I typically go for when making a finished watercolor illustration is the Koi watercolors. Those are my go-to. I love them very much. But I think even now I will still choose those over these. It's not to say that these are bad watercolors. They're just, I don't know how to phrase this without sounding like an asshole. But like, I've used better watercolors, and again, that's not to say that these were bad. I think I had a little bit higher hopes for them in terms of like a professional quality. These are definitely very workable. You can definitely use them in a professional setting and get the results that you're looking for. But that being said, they won't be like my number one go-to sort of thing. Maybe my opinion of them will change as I use them more, but as a first impression, my boy Vinny let me down a little bit. I will use them a little bit more and play around with them, and I'll let you guys know what I think of them then. I know this isn't my best work, but I mean, considering I'm coming back from like a 2-week break, I'm satisfied. It can exist as what it is. It's fine. Then let me know if you've used these watercolors before. Let me know if you've had a different opinion on them. I think that's about all I have for you, so thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you liked the drawing, or if you hate it. I don't really care. People are starting to make noise outside, so I'm gonna wrap this up really quick. If you're new here, hi, my name is Oliver. I post a new video every single Wednesday. I share a lot of my art, and if you like art, please subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. If you want to see more from me, feel free to follow me on social media, which will be on screen now and linked in the description box below. If you're looking for more art from me, I'd suggest going to Instagram. That is where I post that, but if not, it doesn't really matter. And if you want to see more videos of mine, they will be on screen now and linked in the icon for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. You want to say bye, Zola? Come here. Say bye. Goodbye.